Hey guys, today we have an exciting exclusive offer for our viewers from YouWager.eu. So listen carefully. New players to YouWager will receive a $100 free bet with a new $100 account deposit. To get this, you must open a new YouWager account and then deposit $100. At that point, YouWager will credit the new account with a $100 free bet. If you win, you keep the earnings. However, if you lose, the generous people over at YouWager will replace it so you can play again. To get this offer, you must call 1-800-YouWager in order to receive the promo, and the promo code is STS100. We'll have all the information for this offer down in the video description. Please consider supporting us by supporting our sponsor. In today's pick video play, going to be talking about this Game 1 matchup here between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. Going to give our lean on where we feel the better value stands on the over-under with that total currently sitting at a relatively low number, 204 points. Of course, if Cleveland has their way, this is going to be a higher scoring series. If Boston has their way, it's going to be a defensive-oriented series, so it'll just be interesting who's able to implement their style of play in Game 1 of this series in Boston. So the Cavaliers looking much better in their Round 2 series against the Toronto Raptors than what they were able to do in their first series against the Indiana Pacers, especially in terms of what the Cavaliers were able to do in producing offensively against Toronto. So they went on to beat the Raptors 4-0 and showing impressively on the offensive side of the ball throughout that series, scoring 113, 128, 105, and 128 again in those contests respectively. Of course, Cleveland throughout the year, an offensive-oriented squad, 5th in the NBA in scoring, putting up about 111 points per contest compared to just 26th in total team defense, giving up about 110 points per game. Of course, Cleveland did look better defensively throughout their series against Toronto, and even back in their series against the Pacers, their defense was holding up and producing pretty well. It's just their offense wasn't able to carry the team as much as they did against Toronto. So Cleveland coming into this series here against the Celtics with a lot of confidence and momentum, coming off that just brutal takedown of Toronto, who was the top seed in the Eastern Conference. And now they're taking on a Boston team that's far from being at full strength. In Boston, they've just been getting the job done with that next man up mentality. Of course, one of the best coached teams in the NBA, and the coaching staff has really put Boston in a position to have success in their first 2 series. It's actually interesting. Boston had a tougher time in their first round series as well, having to go 7 games against the Milwaukee Bucks, and then in their second round series against the up-and-coming 76ers, things were a little bit easier. I'm not even necessarily going to say easier, but didn't go quite as deep. Still a number of competitive contests there for Boston as they went on to beat the 76ers 4-1, closing things out in Game 5 at home by a final of 114-116. And interestingly enough, throughout that series against Philadelphia, Boston performed much better offensively at home, and we saw much higher totals hit in Boston. So those matchups on their home court, the Celtics took down the 76ers, putting up 117, 108, and 114 points respectively, in comparison on the road where they put up 101 and 92 points. But of course, on the year, the Celtics, more of a defensive-oriented group, 3rd in the NBA in points allowed, giving up just over about 100 points per game, compared to 20th in scoring average, where they put up about 104 points per contest. So again, we said we were going to be talking about where we feel the better value stands on the over-under. In their prior series, Cleveland looking much better offensively. They're going to carry that over into this one here against the Celtics. And also Boston on their home court in their prior series against Philadelphia, looking much better offensively on their home court than on the road. So that also could play into the Celtics here, Game 1 on their home court. If we take what these two teams averaged offensively throughout the regular season, you get considerably higher. You get up to about 215, which is 11 points higher than the total that's set. And even if you just take their defensive numbers, you get about 210, which is 6 points higher. So everything seems to be going in the direction that the over has better value. So that's going to be our play, guys, for this video, siding with the over 204 points. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. You disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our picks for today over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. Be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. And of course, guys, be here to check out our Game 1 Western Conference pick video play as well. Thanks for stopping on in. We hope to see you in future videos. Bye.